WENJ HD Millville, Atlantic City.
The following program is paid for, and the opinions expressed are not those of Town Square Media or station advertisers.
Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy.
Ron Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy.
Fly, Eagles, fly out of this.
Welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Let me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
Eagles fly, score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high, and watch our Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles fly, on the road to victory. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
Go, Billy.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome into the locker room with Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, and our special guest, Dave Klemic, as we broadcast live from yesterday's Creekside Tavern right here in Marmora. And I'm telling you what, it's a great day for football. It's going to be a messy. It's almost
a football day.
It's a football day, Mike Carlin, and welcome into Dave Klemic.
Thanks for
having me. Good to see you, man.
And thanks for remembering me. It's been a while, and
how can we forget you?
Yeah,
Dave?
it's nice to be remembered.
All right, so it's a nasty day outside. What a day to come to yesterday's and be a part of our pregame show, and of course, stay for the game because they got a lot of great specials running here at yesterday's. $3 Miller Lite draft, $8 Miller Lite pitchers, and I've got a bevy of special drinks that they've concocted for the people here. We got Cowboy Tears, Eagle Green Tea, the Game Day Mimosa, and of course, yesterday's famous homemade Bloody Marys. But Carlin, it's a nasty day, and what does this mean for the play?
Rush. We're going to be rushing the ball today.
It's a running day, right?
We're going to be rushing the ball today. We've been doing a great job of doing that, and today's the perfect day for it. But I also think Jalen is just hot as you know what right now.
Well, I'll tell you what,
and we don't cool him down. So I think you're going to stay through the air too.
Last night, Dave Klemic, I watched the Penn State game against Northwestern. They played in a steady, heavy rain last night, and you could see that in the beginning of the game, the quarterback, the throws were off. There was a lot of turnovers, 3 or 4 fumbles. Receivers were dropping the ball. What does this mean for you? You're a wide receiver. You play for the Kansas City Chiefs. And tell us what it's like to play it in Klemic weather like this. In Klemic weather.
Yeah, Klemic weather was not good for Klemic either. I was not effective on that. But I know when you're the gloves, and it's so easy to catch those new gloves. All you got to do is stick your hand out. Since they made those cutters, the original cutters,
right,
which they bought the patent for, and they were originally those cutter gloves were actually originally made to pick up glass. And they secondarily they came out to catch. They're just good at catching a dry football. Horrible at catching a wet football. You got to moisten them up a little bit, but once they're wet, it's really slick, and they're gonna have to catch without. They're gonna have to use their body to catch the ball a little bit. That changes their catch radius dramatically. So your catch radius is much smaller than that big open catch radius you have when you have a real sticky glove.
And Carlin, you remember who was the famous Oakland Raider that had all that? Was it
Plitnikoff?
No. Plitnikoff had all that
the glue.
The glue
yeah,
on it. I mean, he got to the point where he was. They told him he had to dial it back a little bit.
Yeah.
But
well,
does that
going
help
halfway up his arm?
Right.
He wasn't hiding.
It's like the stick 'em on a bat, right? Or the
tar,
pine tar, right?
Doesn't help when it's wet.
It doesn't help when it's wet, right?
Not at all.
It beads up, right? The water beads up.
No good. If it's wet, you got to body the ball.
So we got a great show lined up today. As always, we'll be talking with Scott Grayson from Fox 29 News, Sports Anchor, brought to you by Brill Pools. We'll get his keys to the game. Second hour, we'll talk to the fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley, brought to you by Padula Masonry. And today, if you come down to yesterday's and be a part of the show, we have a fantastic giveaway. We have an Eagles Replica A.J. Brown jersey, courtesy. Today's Eagles jersey is provided by Pro Image Sports and Fan Treasures. They have the largest selection of Eagles team jerseys, clothing, hats, novelties in the tri-state area. You'll find the latest styles from brands like Nike, New Era, Mitchell & Ness, and 47 brand. Log on to fantreasures.com to shop from thousands of styles of team gear or locate any one of their 12 Delaware Valley Pro Image and Fan Treasure locations. And it's a great place. I walked in there, Carlin, and there's just like, you're like a kid in a candy store.
You don't know what to pick.
You don't know what to get. It's so cool in there.
Just imagine someone's walking out with that jersey today. You got to come.
You got to come down to yesterday's. Fill out your name and your phone number, put it in the bucket, and at the end of our show, we'll pull out a name and you'll win the jersey, Dave. It's a great giveaway.
Great job. I'm sitting right next to it.
Yeah. It's a A.J. Brown replica jersey. Now, I want to start off talking about Jalen Hurts because we already have a friend of ours in the house here, John Coyle from All Campus, and he was very critical in the spring and summer of Jalen Hurts, and he's not the only one.
I was going to say he's not the only one.
You look at him; he's the number one passer in the NFC right now.
Well, you can be wrong. It's okay to be wrong.
It's okay to be wrong.
And it wasn't just us as the local people that were wrong. The national people were wrong. A lot of people were saying, we have all these picks still for next year. This is the year he's got to show. This is the year he's got to do something, or we're going to be getting rid of him. I don't think we're talking about that anymore.
Well, Dave, I have a list right here. These are just the NFC quarterbacks. Jalen Hurts, Geno Smith, Aaron Rodgers, and this is quarterback rating, just by quarterback rating. Jalen Hurts, 106.5. Jalen Hurts, 106.5. Geno Smith, 100.8. Aaron Rodgers, 98. Jared Goff, 92. Carson Wentz, 90. So on and so forth. He leads the pack. Has he dispelled all the?
He's got a lot of tools.
I mean, has he put everybody to sleep yet, or is it still like?
Yeah.
What have you done for me lately?
I think they're on a 3-game win streak right now, which also gives him confidence. A young player with confidence, and that's playing with great receivers and great line.
Right.
He's just going to keep building on this. And I do think that people have kind of lost that paradigm of a run, just a straight run quarterback. He's done it. He's there, and he's getting confidence every week. It's getting better. I mean, he's getting better.
He's improving.
Now, Carlin, you said this before the broadcast. You were like, "Well, we're talking about the teams that we face compared to the teams that the Jacksonville Jaguars have faced."
Mm-hmm.
And you said, "Well, they beat
the Colts.
They beat the Colts, and they beat the Chargers,
and they should have beat Washington. They should be 3-0 too, guys."
I know, but here's the thing: you got to beat the teams you play. You can't apologize for that, right, Dave?
I understand that. But 2 of those teams before the season started.
Right.
Were bona fide. We were all saying they were playoff teams. Was before our season started, did we think Detroit was going to be a playoff team? I don't think so.
No.
Did we think Washington was going to be a playoff team?
But the way we beat them, and we've scored 24 points in the first half alone. And then, I mean, the only negative thing that I can think of was game 1. They had a hard time tackling, and they only scored in the first half.
Remember, game 1 was like preseason games.
Right.
They don't tackle in preseason.
And with the Vikings, the same thing. They just scored all their points in the first half. So if there's any concern about anything, it's about they're not able to score in the second half. They're going to, as we get into the season, they're going to need that, right, Dave?
And I think right now Jalen Hurts is converting third downs at like 50% or whatever, which is a really good conversion. That keeps the defense off the field and fresh and injury-free, and they control the tempo of the game in the first half. The second half, they're going to let them catch up a little bit, and that's why the scores are closer than they look.
Mm-hmm.
They'll go back to rushing a little bit, and I think they are controlling the tempo completely of the game. You're like, it looks like a complete dominant game.
That's what I was going to ask you. Now, you've been in the locker room at halftime. When you guys have a big lead, is the coach coming out saying, guys, we're dialing back our playbook?
100%.
We don't need to show everything.
You're right. What
we
you said
just want to win.
Yeah, playbook starts to get real small.
Okay, good. And I think that's what's happening with the Eagles.
Well, I mean, if they're doing that, that's not – I mean, you would think that they'd have that killer instinct to keep the foot on the pedal, right?
not when you have such a commanding lead. And the tempo of the game, unless you're Peyton Manning, it doesn't change. After you get it through the first 2 quarters, basically, it's going to happen like that for the rest of the game. You're not going to all of a sudden explode until you're just throwing bombs in the fourth quarter. So I think that they are laying off the gas and letting the teams come back.
Well, Carlin, the Philadelphia Eagles ranked first in the NFL in total offense, 447 yards per game, registering over 400 yards, total yards every game this season. I mean, they're running it up. I mean, their offense is running like a machine.
Well, A.J. Brown's first place with 20-plus receptions.
Right.
Okay. Look at our tight end. All along, we've been talking about Smith and A.J. Brown. Look at our tight end. What Dallas is doing. He leads all NFL receivers in receiving right now average. He's averaging more than 15 yards every time he catches the ball. I mean, he's got the tools now to do this.
And toys.
He's got toys. But
there are toys right there.
Like Dave said, he's not worrying about his line no more. He's not worrying about his tight end no more. He's not worrying about a receiver. He's got whoever the offensive coordinator, they're calling the plays. He's doing a great job. And when he has to run, he can run.
I'll tell you what, we're broadcasting live here at yesterday's Creekside Tavern in Marmora. It's a rainy day, so we want to come on down and be a part of the show and get ready for Eagles football. This is a great place to watch the game. I mean, during the game here, Carlin, how much fun is it? I mean, people are singing the fly song. And
you're high-fiving people you don't even know.
It's like being at the game.
It's like being at the game.
So get on down to yesterday's. Plus, we're giving away a Eagles replica A.J. Brown jersey, courtesy of Pro Image Sports and Fan Treasures. Want to remind people, the Locker Room and Blitz's Market want to discount your Eagles game day. During the Eagles season on game day, get a turkey or Italian hoagie for just $5 when you mention the Locker Room. Get down to Blitz's all season long at 21st and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. They now have online ordering at blitzesmarkets.com or give them a call at 609-399-9983. Want to remind people, the first hour of the Locker Room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that help you through the entire process, from contract signing to closing, from the shortest center city and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. My winter watchdog. Have you heard of New Jersey's premier vacant home management service? I've been talking about it all summer long. My winter watchdog. You know those worrisome thoughts that creep in your mind every time you hear of a storm coming and the daunting task of driving down to the shore to check on the house, hours of time on the road, or if you're away in Florida for the winter, let My Winter Watchdog be your eyes and ears with their 15-point inspection checklist. They offer a full menu of maintenance and improvement services. Owner Debbie McGonigal and her team of property caretakers are licensed, bonded, and insured. So don't let the winter worry you. They'll give your house that lived-in look. That's My Winter Watchdog. Go to mywinterwatchdog.com or give them a call at 267-202-1869. That's 267-202-1869, or send Debbie an email, Debbie at mywinterwatchdog.com. All right, when we return, we'll continue more here. We're in the locker room with Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, Dave Klemic, broadcasting live at yesterday's right here on 97.3 ESPN.
This is the radio home for Philadelphia Eagles football. The Eagles continue the 2022 season.
He got into the corner of the end zone.
Pregame coverage starts at noon with Merrill Reese and Mike Quick calling all the action starting at 1 p.m. This is where the Philadelphia Eagles play. 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey's official Eagle station.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot, and you need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia Star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find
3:30.
Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Hi, this is Billy Schwein. I'm here to tell you about the Insurance Doctor. If you have an insurance claim, don't call the insurance company first. Call the insurance doctor. You wouldn't go to court without your lawyer or an IRS audit without your accountant. Then don't call a claim without the doctor. Tell them, Baldy.
Brian Baldinger here. When you want to maximize your insurance settlement, call the Insurance Doctor at 856-874-8377 or check out their website, insurancedoctorllc.com. They work for me. They'll work for you.
1:30.
Sent you.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel V Pro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
It's alive.
1 minute.
It's alive. Sir, he's trying to speak.
It's a crime.
Under a minute.
More than a dime.
Yes, one
Fine.
time down at Springfield Mitsubishi in Atlantic City. Even the new Outlanders with third row seats.
Me?
Credit amnesty.
Yes.
Sure, 30 seconds. Fly, Eagles, fly.
1,000 in credits, 25 grand with only one dime down.
Hey, now this is a Halloween party. Woo-hoo!
Every vehicle, one dime down.
Acres of vehicles in stock now. And you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
Beat that.
At the all-new Springfield Mitsubishi, Atlantic City.
In Pleasantville.
They service all makes and models. Springfield Mitsubishi AC.com.
Oh, this is good dip. That's not dip.
New 22 Mirage, 16.4 dime down, $249 a month for 72 months at 3% APR plus tax act title to qualified buyers.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back here in The Locker Room. Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, Dave Klemic, former Kansas City Chief and Mainland football star. We're broadcasting live at yesterday's in Marmora. Come on down, man. This is the place. This is Eagles headquarters, Mike Carlin.
And they're starting to come in.
And they're starting to come in right now. It's a rainy day. Come on in, spend the whole day with us, and cheer on the Birds, who could be 4-0. They're 3-0 for the first time since 2016 and 14. Both of those years, by the way, guys, they did not make the playoffs. So we need to keep winning. And by the way, you know, the one play last week that I thought, and I want to hear you comment on both you guys comment on this. To me, and I said this yesterday in the program, one play that stood out above all plays is with the last play of the first half.
Smith.
When Jalen Hurts called that play, it wasn't sent in from the sideline. He went with his gut. And to me, that is you can't teach somebody to be a quarterback. You either have that leadership quality or quality. It's an innate. It's something that you're born with, and he made the right call, and that was so impressive to me. What do you think about that?
Absolutely,
I mean, that was just unbelievable.
And it's not something that he's not used to doing. Remember where he came from? He came from an established Alabama program that played for national championship. So I don't think the big stuff gets to him at all.
No.
The timing, And remember who he's throwing to? Someone who he knows.
Yeah, his friend, one of his good friends.
So
and another Alabama star, too.
Everything is just starting to click the way we were hoping it would click. But today's a big one. You got to get through today at home.
Dave, you're a former wide receiver. You played for the Chiefs. Do you have that, like, a bond of camaraderie when you I think I asked you this a couple of weeks ago, but when you make a couple great catches, do you have that instant, like, bond that you create with the quarterback?
A little trust is happening.
Yeah.
And I think what happens, I want to jump in on this one really bad because I go on a win streak. Okay, let's get off the field now. You're winning, you're choreographing dances together. You're thinking about what to do after the catch. You're meeting each other's families. You're going to dinner together. You're starting to get some swag. You're getting together. You're not now when you're losing or you're nervous, you just play to make the catch, do your job but you're not thinking about being an athlete making a play. Once you have that confidence amongst your team and a young quarterback who's as talented as Jalen Hurts, he starts to get a little.
So that's why we got Klemic here, man, because he's the perfect person to talk to.
He's telling us all the inside stuff that the normal person, normal fan has done. Here's a question for you: when a receiver's going back, he's having a great day. When a receiver goes back into the huddle, is it strictly quiet and the quarterback is the one doing it, or do you go back and say, "This guy can't
touch me. He can't catch me. Come on,
just keep throwing me the ball." Like, is there any of that talking going on?
He's looking at the backfield. He's looking at the backfield. He's looking at the backfield. Let me like fake a block and go.
Right.
You're saying the communication's happening, but the helmet can't. He's got the helmet on, and as long as he's turned his back to the line of scrimmage, the helmet he can hear in the helmet. So he's kind of like, okay, I hear you. Shut up.
Because he's listening. Quarterback's listening for the next play.
Yeah. And then he's going, okay, I hear you. I saw that. And he'll go, and he might say something like, he's looking at the back.
He can't guard me.
And he goes, okay, we'll go for it.
Hey, we're giving away a jersey here. Yesterday's we're broadcasting live. We got a replica Eagles A.J. Brown green jersey. The Eagles jersey today is provided by Pro Image Sports and Fan Treasures. They have the largest selection of Eagles team jerseys, clothing, hats, novelties in the tri-state area. You'll find the latest styles from brands like Nike, New Era, Mitchell & Ness, and 47 brand. Log on to fantreasures.com to shop for thousands of styles of team gear or locate any one of their 12 Delaware Valley stores. And I'll tell you what, this is a great jersey to have from every time you come to Yesterday's from now on out for the season. You got all your swag.
Someone's walking out with a very nice little piece of equipment.
We're broadcasting.
I like how we use the word swag.
Oh, right? Hey, come on down to Yesterday's. We have $3 Miller Lite drafts, $8 Miller Lite pitchers, and of course they have a bevy of specialty drinks that they made for
Bloody Marys are unbelievable.
Yesterday's famous Bloody Mary, the game day mimosa, which I had 2 last week. They were awesome. So come on down. We're broadcasting live at Yesterday's. Want to remind people that the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that will help you through the entire process, from contract signing to closing, from the shortest center city and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you. 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. Friends, let me tell you about Maserati, the Mainline, located minutes from downtown Philadelphia. They offer a client-focused car buying experience designed to exceed all expectations and invite you to stop and see the area's largest selection of new Maseratis, including the sporty Ghibli mid-size sedan or the class-leading Levante, the only SUV worthy of being called a Maserati. Maserati, the Mainline, also leads the nation in certified pre-owned sales and has the highest quality new Maseratis available on the market. Your experience is not end at the point of a sale, as Maserati, the Mainline, offers free pickup and delivery for loaner cars. So be audacious. Call my good friend Michael Pileggi at RDS Auto Group at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800, or visit them online anytime at motml.com. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room with Billy Schweim, Mike Carlin, Dave Klemic, broadcasting live from Yesterday's here on 97.3 ESPN.
It's the NFL on Sports USA, and we're headed to Lambeau Field as the New England Patriots ride into Green Bay to face the Packers. The Pats have a strong offensive attack with Aguilar, Myers, and Devontae Parker flanked out wide. The Pack have a pair of Aarons, Jones in the backfield, and the veteran number 12 Rogers under center.
Touchdown, Green Bay!
It's the Patriots at the Packers, Sunday on Sports USA.
It's NFL Sunday on 97.3 ESPN. Coverage begins after Eagles football.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free Train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Calling again, again and again. Calling again, again and again.
You want the best Mexican food in South Jersey? Go to Red's Jersey Mex.
Hey, this is Red's. Come visit us at 11th and Haven in Ocean City, New Jersey, where we have been cooking up the best Mexican food, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, fajitas, enchiladas, Jersey fresh salads, and so much more since 2004 using only the finest ingredients available.
That's right. Go to Red's Jersey Mex. Call for takeout at 609-399-2272 or dine in. That's Red's Jersey Mex, 11th and Haven in Ocean City, 609-399-2272 or Red'sJerseyMex.com. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Red's Jersey Mex Cafe.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
You wash your hands and brush your teeth, but what about your nose? How do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage pulls saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out allergens, mucus, dirt, and germs, and it's why nose cleaning is the next evolution in daily personal hygiene. People try Navage for lots of reasons: sinusitis, allergies, snoring, things that make it hard to breathe through your nose. But over time, they also find that cleaning their nose makes them feel better, a lot better. Nearly 3 million Navage users have written more than 100,000 reviews, averaging 4.7 stars, saying things like, best product I've ever used, and amazing, I love my Navage. That's because Navage helps.
Going great. Grayson just joined the StreamYard.
But the biggest payoff is
just over a minute.
Health. Here's the key point. Navage is good personal hygiene, and it's going to help you stay healthier. At Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, Target, and online. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Ocean Casino Resort is the ultimate fantasy draft party spot. Go for the bragging rights this fantasy football season and plan your draft party at Top Golf. Each party receives a dedicated VIP draft space or private bay at Top Golf for up to 4 hours, an ocean draft board, swag bag, championship trophy, and more. Your fantasy football season starts here at Ocean Casino Resort. For more details, visit theoceanac.com. Go to Ocean. Go for the win. Let's go! Must be 21 or older to wager or consume alcohol. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
30 seconds. Grayson is in the StreamYard.
The wheel of a John Deere
30 seconds. Grayson is in the StreamYard.
About anything because
I'll make the earth take the shape that I want it to take.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
25R because
we really are trying to create this homestead.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours? Nothing runs like a deer. Get a 1-Series tractor for just $124 per month at your John Deere dealer today. For additional cost information, please call toll-free 855-633-2315.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
We're broadcasting live from yesterday's Creekside Tavern right here in Marmora, New Jersey. Come on out for our Eagles pregame show. And the Eagles game, you can listen right here on 97.3 ESPN. Mike Quick and Merrill Reese. But every Sunday for our Eagles pregame show, we get the keys of the game from Scott Grayson, sponsored by Brill Pools and Spas. They've been installing custom vinyl pools for over 40 years. Give them a call at 1-800-355-POOL or visit vanbrillpools.com. Stay cool in a Van Brill pool. Ask for Mike Van Brill and tell him the locker room sent you. Let's go to the Maserati of the Mainline Sports Hotline and welcome in the sports anchor for Fox 29 News, Scott Grayson.
He's somewhere nice.
Look at him. He's like, I see palm trees.
I thought you guys might like that, knowing what you're dealing with back there. Yeah, I mean, my wife had a conference to go to out in Phoenix and Scottsdale, and so I tagged along for a little R&R.
Now that's dedication. We get the keys to the game all the way from Scottsdale, Arizona. Hey, Grayson, what a 3-0. Are you kidding me? Who would have thunk it? The Eagles are playing really well, and Jalen Hurts, he's quieting all his critics, isn't he?
He definitely is, and he's doing it through a variety of ways, right? We talked about in week 1, he did it with his legs. In weeks 2 and 3, he's done it more with his decision-making and his arm. And other than one interception that really wasn't his fault, the guy really has protected the ball extremely well. And I think that's been a big key to their success. And if he can continue to do that, this offense is good enough. They're going to move the ball. These lines, offensive line, defensive line, which, as we'll get into, to me, are going to be a huge key today for the weather you guys have back there. I think that's going to be a huge part of this game. And I think Jalen really has, he's become the darling of the NFL through 3 weeks. Who would have thought that 3 weeks ago we'd be talking about that?
I'll tell you what, he's also named the NFC Offensive Player of the Month. What a feather in his cap.
Oh, absolutely. And I think there's a lot of things you have to like about this guy. And we always have, right? We loved his intangibles. What we didn't know was, did he have what it took to lead this team to victory? Now, we haven't had to see him try to have a fourth quarter come from behind victory yet. At some point, it's been nice not having to get into that situation. At some point, he's going to have to. How will he do that? How will he, navigate this team through some of those tough games? Maybe today will be the day. I hope it's not, but we'll see what happens.
We're talking with Scott Grayson, Fox 29 News sports anchor, covers the Birds, and you can follow him on Grayson's Grades on 97.3 ESPN.com. And, of course, you're on with Mike Gill every Monday for Grayson's Grades. Hey, the Jacksonville Jaguars have a +7 turnover differential. They can steal the ball.
Yeah, and again, that's, to me, one of the big key. Sloppy conditions, right? I've seen some of the videos from back there already of what Lincoln Financial Field looks like. I know they've got the tarp on the field, but it's not going to take long for that to get really sloppy. And now, it works both ways. Trevor Lawrence has to protect that ball as well. And I think the big thing is going to be Miles Sanders. You got to hold on to that ball with 2 hands today. You got to be careful, all guys do, when they're trying to fight for that extra yardage. Dallas Goedert, when he's trying to fight for an extra yard or two, both hands on the ball today. You can't afford those turnovers that are going to really, I think, decide a game like this today. So, I think it's a big advantage for the Eagles in that you have this game at home, you have the crowd behind you. You're used to playing in some sloppier weather up here than the guys down in Jacksonville. That being said, they had a hurricane roll through and had stuff that they probably had to practice through with, are going to be similar to what they might face today. So, I think it's going to be an interesting and fascinating game to watch how it plays out. But to me, turnovers are going to be one of the big keys today. And the team that has less probably wins the game.
I think you're right. I also think about Doug Peterson coming back into town. Okay. And even though he's been gone now this is the 3rd year, he still knows this team. He still knows who's on the field. And my thinking is he's going to come in with some plays that he knows are going to hurt us in a way.
The whole defensive secondary is different from what, you know what I mean? I don't think it's a complete – it's not a complete overhaul, Scott, but, I mean, there's only a handful of guys left.
But all you got to do is handpick where you want to beat them. Okay, it's one or the other. But the other thing I want to get back to is I was listening to Trevor Lawrence talk the other day about what a difference it is between last year. He didn't throw his coach from last year under the bus,
right,
but he did it in a nice way. He said he feels a lot more comfortable. As a player, that's especially your quarterback feeling like that.
Yeah, what does he call that? The sophomore he gets the sophomore swag or something like that. But he's doing good. I mean, he got all, things that he was nervous about. Now, if the coach lets you play and lets you be a quarterback instead of just stay on the scheme and don't do.
He says he's playing his game.
Yep, that's
what
you do.
And the biggest word was I feel comfortable.
And Grayson last week, he went 28 of 39 for 262 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. So Trevor Lawrence, he's matriculating, matching.
Absolutely.
He's getting better.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, that's Doug Peterson's strength. We saw it here in Philadelphia. He took a quarterback that was young and inexperienced in Carson Wentz, and he got him to play at an MVP level that year that they won the Super Bowl. Trevor Lawrence, he's getting great stuff out of him. Another young quarterback in his second year in the league. There's a lot of similarities there, and I don't think it's coincidence. I think Peterson has a way to connect with these guys. They respect him and where he was. It's not like he's a guy who never played. He's a guy who went through the grind. He understands what they have to do on a daily basis to be successful. And I think that that's why he's able to connect, pretty well with Lawrence, and why Lawrence is not a surprise that he's having a good year so far.
We're talking with Scott Grayson, Fox 29 News. We get him every Sunday for Grayson's Keys to the Game, brought to you by Brill Pools. We're talking about it's inclement weather. It's nasty outside. It's really raining hard. Last week, James Robinson had 17 carries for 100 yards, 1 touchdown, and then Travis Etienne, 40 additional 40. Huh? Etienne, whatever. I'm like a true Philadelphian. I butcher names, Grayson.
It's okay. We'll allow it.
That's where this game's going to be decided, right on the ground.
Right. So that goes back to what I was saying before. I really think that you look at it and you have to say, well, who's going to win this game? I think it's going to depend on the battles on the line. And as we know, there's very few lines that are better on both sides of the ball than the Eagles right now. So I would give the advantage to the Eagles in a game like this, where you say the offensive line knows where they want to go. They get to determine how things are going to start from the snap of the ball. And then the defensive line, they know how to try to get pressure on these offensive linemen. And obviously they've got a lot of success doing it. Last week alone, they just ate Carson Wentz alive. And, there's no doubt that Jacksonville is going to be ready for that. They're going to have plans in place to keep extra guys in to protect the quarterback, but that means you have less guys going out to catch the ball or to even block downfield. And I think that is going to be a huge key. And if the Eagles can win the battle up front on both sides of the ball, like they really should, I mean, they have the better players. They have the better talent. You look at it and you say the old phrase, on paper, they're the better lines on both sides of the ball. To me, and then you look at the linebackers who last week, Kaiser White, TJ Edwards, were playing at a high level, flying around on the field. When you can fill in the gaps with those guys, man, it really makes a difference in trying to stop the run. And I really think that things are set up for the Eagles to win this game today. I want to believe that. But again, Doug Peterson coming back. And listen, if there's one thing, he's won that locker room already down there after everything they went through last year with Urban Meyer. I think that is going to be a key today as well. He's got that locker room believing and wanting to win for him. So today when they come back to Philadelphia, they all know what it means for him to be back here and what he did here. Those players are going to leave everything they have on the field for him today. And the Eagles better be ready for 4 quarters from that team.
We're talking with Scott Grayson, Fox 29 News sports anchor. Of course, we have him every Sunday for Grayson's Keys to the Game. Talk about the coach. Grayson's talking about Doug Peterson, and what does it mean for players like from one year to another? Like this is a year-to-year league, right, Grayson? I mean, right? It's a year-to-year league.
Oh, absolutely.
So, I mean, does it when you have a new coach coming in, it's a new slate, right? The slate's quite clean.
It gives people an opportunity that, sometimes you get a stigma put on you from the season before. Right. If you're a new coach, they don't know. I mean, they get notes from your old coach and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a clean slate. Doug Peterson drafted Jalen Hurts too, right?
Yeah.
So that's where you guys were. I wanted to just dial back to what you said earlier, but he drafted Jalen Hurts for a really good reason. Like
he knows what he can do.
He didn't have to draft him in the first round. I don't think he could have waited.
Well, he got him in the second round.
Oh, did he get him in
the second round? Yep.
I thought it was the first.
No.
But he drafted him for a reason early like that because and Doug Peterson, the quarterback,
right?
He knows what he's drafting.
Scott, do you think that that the players like guys like Jalen Hurts and people that were drafted by Doug Peterson, you think they're going to try extra hard today, or just another game?
I think, of course, they want to look good in front of their former coach, and you'll have some of that going on for sure. At the end of the day, the Eagles, though, aren't playing for that. I mean, at 3-0, the only undefeated team left in the NFL. Right now, they're playing with a huge target on their back. They're trying to actually play as the prey instead of the hunters, right? Everybody's coming for them. I think they've got plenty of other motivation that once the ball kicks off, who the coach is on the other side until the end of the game won't really matter as much for these players, but I think it will certainly be a storyline that you're going to hear a lot of on the broadcast. Of course, they're going to play that up. No, will Doug dial up some version of a Philly special or something like that today? I mean, that would be the ultimate smack in the face, but
you never know.
I would not put it past him.
All right, Scott Grayson, as we do each and every Sunday, we get the keys to the game. We also get your pick. Give us your pick for today. The Philadelphia Eagles playing host to the Jacksonville Jaguars and Doug Peterson.
Well, if the game plays out the way I think it will now due to the weather conditions, I thought this was actually going to be a pretty close game into the fourth quarter if it was in dry conditions and the weather wasn't going to be a factor. As I said before, I'm really counting on the Eagles' offensive and defensive line to really set the tone in this game. And at that respect, I expect them to kind of really control the ball, dominate the game from that respect, and that the defense will try to really be able to stop the run from the Jaguars and put them in some uncomfortable spots, maybe get a couple turnovers as well. So I'm going to pick the Eagles to actually win again today. I'm going to go again 31, I'll say 13.
31-13. So we're going to hold the Jaguars offense to 13 points. Scott Grayson, as always, we really appreciate it. And he's making we're all getting soaked here in South Jersey and Philly. And look at Grayson. He's out in Scottsdale, Arizona.
And you got up early.
You got up early for us. Look at that. Look at the palm trees. By the way, we're streaming live on our YouTube channel, The Locker Room with Billy Schwein. So you can check out Scott Grayson. Scott, you're looking good out there, brother.
Enjoy.
Yeah, thank you. The game in London started at 6:30 in the morning here. Yes.
Jeez, how about that? All right, Scotty, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your stay out in Scottsdale, and we'll see you next week.
All right, see you guys.
There he is. There he is. Scott Grayson from Fox 29 News. The keys to the game with Scott Grayson is sponsored by Brill Pools and Spas. They have been installing custom vinyl pools for over 40 years. Give them a call at 1-800-355-POOL or visit vanbrillpools.com. Stay cool in a Van Brill pool. Ask for Mike Van Brill and tell him the Locker Room sent you. All right, the first hour of the Locker Room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. Just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey to attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more Eagles pregame show. We're broadcasting live.
Let's go.
Creekside Tavern, Marmora. It's the Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, and Dave Klemic right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Scott Graham here from Westwood One with a preview of Sunday Night Football. From Tampa, Tom Brady and the Buccaneers play host to Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Both are 2-1 after disappointing losses last week. Join Ryan Racky and Mike Golick for all the action. It's a showdown of two great quarterbacks looking to get their team back on track on Sunday Night Football.
Listen to Sunday Night Football on 97.3 ESPN. Coverage begins at 8 p.m.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Hey there, golfers. It's Pete Thompson. Are you the straightest player off the tee in your foursome, or do you struggle with nagging back pain from playing golf? Then Aaron Beta's Golf and Sports Performance Club is definitely a place you want to check out. They offer the latest TrackMan technologies, golf simulators, combined with massage therapy, assisted stretching, and sport-specific training. It will help your game.
Hi, I'm Aaron Beta. Pete's right. Come visit the club in Summers Point. Call 609-788-4661 or gsfitness.com for your free assessment.
Do you want to get in shape and feel great and look better on the beach? At Local Gym and Fitness, located at 908 Asbury Avenue, you can accomplish your goal. 4 local guys with a passion and experience in fitness wanted to open a gym that delivers a quality, hospitable, clean, and friendly environment. Don't be intimidated. Be a local. Local Gym has the best equipment around with 4 fully loaded Olympic and CrossFit platforms, Jacob's ladders, Stairmasters, bikes, and ergs. Local Gym and Fitness provides quality trainers to lend their expertise with all your training needs. They're open 7 days a week. Memberships are affordable. So be a local at Local Gym and Fitness. Call them today at 609-545-8732 or go online at localgymandfitness.com. I'll see you there.
How do you make the most of your land? If you ask the Wrens, who run with us on a John Deere mower, they tell you,
I mow first, then I do all the trimming.
But the Hubbards, who work behind the wheel of a John Deere compact tractor, would say,
If it's something you want, just go after it and try it.
Then there's the Mosers, who may mention from the seat of their John Deere Gator UTV,
you can't be all work and not play.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. Learn how to make the most of yours at Deere.com. Nothing runs like a Deere.
1 minute.
It's alive. It's alive.
Sir, he's trying to speak.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime.
Yes, 1 time down at
Springfield, 45
Mitsubishi in Atlantic City. Even the new Outlanders with 3rd row seating.
Credit amnesty.
Yes, if you bring home $350 a week, you could get up to $25,000 in credit. 25 grand with only 1 dime.
30 seconds. Fly, Eagles, fly. Then you.
Halloween party.
Every vehicle, 1 dime down.
Acres of vehicles in stock now. And you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
Beat that.
At the all-new Springfield Mitsubishi, Atlantic City.
In Pleasantville.
They service all makes and models. Springfield Mitsubishi AC.com.
Oh, this is good dip. That's not dip.
New 22 Mirage, 16.4 dime down, $249 a month for 72 months at 3% APR plus tax act title to qualified buyers.
Now, more of The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're broadcasting live from yesterday's Creekside Tavern here in Marmora, New Jersey.
Here we go.
Come on down. This is the place to be. This is the Eagles headquarters at Klemic. Wait till you see how crowded this place gets. Yeah. I mean, it's like being at the game. Everybody sings the fight song.
It's a lot of fun.
And when they score, the crowd's going nuts. And, of course, we got a great LES Eagles. We have a great giveaway. Come on down to the to yesterday's. We have a great giveaway. We have an Eagles jersey today provided by Pro Image Sports and Fan Treasures. They have the largest selection of Eagles team jerseys, clothing, hats, novelties in the tri-state area. You'll get the latest styles from brands like Nike, New Era, Mitchell & Ness, and 47 brand. Log on to fantreasures.com to shop from thousands of styles of team gear or locate any one of their 12 Delaware Valley Pro Image or Fan Treasures locations. And I want to remind people that the Locker Room and Blitz's Market want to discount your Eagles game day meal. During Eagles season, on game day, get a turkey or Italian hoagie for just $5. When you mention the Locker Room, get down to Blitz's all season long at 21st and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Blitz's now has online ordering at blitzesmarkets.com, so you can order on Saturday, pick up when you're going to the game, be ready, and then go on Sunday. You get $5, and you know the prices of food at the link. All right, so go online, blitzesmarkets.com, or give them a call at 609-399-9983. Blitz's is home of the dill pickle hoagie. It's really a big deal. All right, let's get some more Eagles talking here. I'm concerned too because the turnover differential. We talked about that with Scott Grayson.
Yep.
Listen,
key today in this weather.
And Klemic, we talked about this. Carlin, Josh Henning, Brad Quast. We talked about last year. The Eagles only forced 16 turnovers the whole season. So we're already a +3 right now. But you know, when you see a team that has a +7 and they're first in the league, you got to and you know the way it's an inclement day. I mean, it's a really inclement day, and but it's pouring out there. Dave, you got to hold on to the ball.
Yeah, you're full of dad jokes today, and I love them because I'm a dad now. But I do, Coach Vermeil used to preach that all the time. The first time I heard about the turnover ratio, I was blown away. I was like,
is that right?
The percentage of how you can win is based off of your turnover ratio, and it's gotten amplified statistically since then. But when I heard that before, and then he was one of the first people that was just preaching on interception ratio and ball security. Like, I mean, everyone was doing ball security, but not like we were. It was the length of the passes had to do with ball security. The length of the screen pass had to do with, so if you shorten the distance a little bit, the percentage of that you could hold the ball onto what was even better. So I've heard this for many, many years, and I totally agree. Like, it's going to come down to it.
Carlin, I want a big win today. I'm a little selfish. Today's my daughter's 38th birthday. She's living down in Fort Lauderdale, the Florida, that area down there.
Yeah.
Andrea, and we need a win. I want to get a present for her. An Eagles win. She's a big Eagles fan. Yeah.
Oh,
she's living in Florida. Yeah. She's an Eagles fan.
Yeah.
I just want to know why you can't get her a gift despite the Eagles game.
What's to say I didn't get her a gift?
Josh.
She can put her name in a hat. She's still eligible to win the jersey.
You know what I think today we're going to see Dave just picked up on how you shrink the game. I think today could be one of those days. If I had to say one thing that's going to happen in this game, I think our tight end Goddard, this is going to be one of those games he's going to get like 8-9 passes, and they're going to be little 5 yards over the middle.
So he's going to get the yard after catch,
come
right?
around, boom, boom.
Did Ramil talk about that, the yards after catch too?
Yeah, and that had to do a lot with how your shoulders were positioned when you caught the ball. If you catch the ball with your shoulders upfield, then you'll have a lot of more yak than if your shoulders are turned.
Hey, Dave, this is what you teach. This is what you teach. This is what you do. You have a clinic.
Yeah.
To tell the listeners what you do. Your business.
I run a performance clinic that does we do effective range radius of an athlete. It's just like a catch radius of a receiver.
Okay.
And we see how big that receiver's catch radius is, and then.
But I watched the video you sent me talking about the core muscle, and being in a perfect position when you make a play, right?
Mm-hmm. And
it's down to a science.
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
very scientific now, and it basically started with the medical community and kind of eked his way out with the seriousness of sports.
Right.
It is dead serious, and so are we. So statistically, and we analyze data all the time. It's kind of boring on my side, but the kids get the great scores. I mean, and the players get the benefit of the data, you know.
So Carlin, you know this, the NFL is a 365-day year,
all year round,
52-day. How many days are in a year? 352. See, but 365 days in a year.
I didn't want to say anything.
I know, right? But no, you got to take care of your body, stops. Right? Conditioning, the way you eat, your nutrition.
I mean, players
sleep, right? It's all that stuff.
The season used to end, and the joke was to be like, if they weren't in the playoffs, they were like, they're already packed up, ready to go, and we'll see you in 6 months.
Right.
Those days are over. Now it seems like when you listen to the elite guys that stay in shape, it's like they go home, they're with their family, and they may take off 3-4 weeks, maybe a month.
Go on vacation.
But they're still
Scottsdale, Arizona with Grayson.
But even when they're on vacation, they're still watching what they're eating. They're still getting up, going to the gym. It's not like they're just falling apart.
He's like a Greek god. Look at him.
So you're right.
You're absolutely right. So when in the off season, so you have your NFL combine numbers that you come into the league with, right? If you can keep those numbers the same as you were when you were drafted,
Billy, look at the screen.
Very much. You haven't lost much value, right? So if you can always come back to those numbers and keep yourself in that type of shape that you were when you were 22 years old, you now are worth the same amount of money. You know what I mean?
We're broadcasting live at yesterday's in Marmora. Come on down. We're giving away an Eagles jersey, replica jersey, to a lucky fan, but you got to be here to win. And the people starting to come in here, Carlin. And I'm telling you, Klemic, what do you see today? It's going to be packed. And why not? The Eagles are 3-0 going to play Jacksonville. They're playing Jacksonville at home with an angry, passionate crowd. It's going to be a hostile environment.
Oh, it's going to be hostile.
2:30 until the hard break starts.
It's football weather. Okay, it's going to be a running game. But you know what's great about it? And we haven't touched on this. Even though we're at yesterday's and we build this up as an Eagles this and Eagles that kind of game. If you're just an NFL fan,
right?
I mean, we have a bartender wearing a Giants jersey.
Yeah, that's Scott. That's Eddie B. Eddie B's wearing a.
We have my buddy Dave
Giants,
sitting at the
he's
bar.
Got
Look,
Eli Manning
he's got a
shirt.
Steelers.
What's going on here?
You can just be a football fan and come here and have a good
That's
time.
right,
Don't be shy that you have to be an Eagles fan. Okay?
All right, we got $3 Miller Lite drafts. They have $8 Miller Lite pitchers, and of course, they have a bevy of specialty drinks. Yesterday's famous homemade Bloody Mary, the game day mimosa. And the one I think that's pretty cool is the Cowboy
Tears.
That has Jameson Black Barrel, right? Cranberry juice, lemon juice, and that ginger beer, Josh. That's a good drink. You gonna try that one today?
I mean, it sounds pretty good to me, but
Josh is
1:30 till the
I've been
break.
told that my taste doesn't always, my opinion doesn't always count by certain people. So,
By the way, Lawrence is one of only 7 NFL quarterbacks in the league now that has a passer rating above 100. There's only 7.
Yeah.
And Jalen Hurts is the number 1 in the
He's
NFC.
number 1
in the NFC. He's 3rd overall, but number 1 in the NFC.
you mentioned Lawrence. What do you guys think is going to be the impact in this game of Doug Peterson in Lawrence's ear? Because Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham,
I was going to say
there was
that.
and Doug was here. So is there maybe a part of you is looking at this game and saying, Doug might have some information heading into this?
That's what I was talking about earlier.
We asked Quast about that yesterday, and he doesn't seem to think that that's too much.
See,
because because the players are like that. That's just for us to talk about, and that's for the media.
Yeah, but those players that he just talked about,
30 till the hard break starts.
Trust me, they're telling the younger guys on the team or the guys that have been here, hey, we know this guy. He's going to come in here to win this game at home and make a name for himself coming back home. Be ready.
Just like overall, though, the Eagles in Jacksonville are tied 3-3. They haven't even really played their
really quick, Dave. Let me get you in here real quick. When you've had coaches who were on other teams and then were on your team, was that any benefit to you guys?
I would agree with Quast on that one because we really didn't care too much.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
That's for us.
Yeah, Vermeil came from the Rams, and they didn't it wasn't like, oh, we got this down when we played the Rams. It wasn't like, no, they have one off on us.
All-time series, the Eagles and the Jaguars are tied 3-3. We already even
45.
So that's good for familiarity. Maybe it's good that we're getting a team like Jacksonville. They beat the Chargers, albeit without Joey Bosa. All right, but
beat the Colts. And they should have beat Washington. They should be 3-0, and we are 3-0.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yeah.
All right. We're in the locker room with Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, Dave Klemic. We're broadcasting live from yesterday's in
20.
Marmora. Come on down. We're giving away a jersey. We have the people here. It's Eagles game day right here in the locker room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN
9,
and the 97.3 ESPN
7.
mobile app, broadcasting live at yesterday's.
Let's go, Eagles.
This is the radio home for Philadelphia Eagles football. The Eagles continue the 2022 season this Sunday against Doug Peterson and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
He's running in the corner of the end zone.
Pregame coverage starts at noon with Merrill Reese and Mike Quick calling all the action starting at 1 p.m. This is where the Philadelphia Eagles play. 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey's official Eagles station.
The one and only Mr. America All-American Sports Festival is coming to the Tropicana in Atlantic City, October 8th and 9th. The Super Bowl of natural bodybuilding is the world's most iconic bodybuilding competition. Competitors from 41 different states will compete for the title of Mr. and Ms. America. This year, more than 1,000 athletes competing in over 20 sports and events. The one and only Mr. America All-American Sports Festival, October 8th and 9th at Tropicana in Atlantic City. Get tickets now at MrAmerica.com.
You wash your hands and brush your teeth, but what about your nose? How do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage pulls saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out allergens, mucus, dirt, and germs, and it's why nose cleaning is the next evolution in daily personal hygiene. People try Navage for lots of reasons: sinusitis, allergies, snoring, things that make it hard to breathe through your nose. But over time, they also find that cleaning their nose makes them feel better, a lot better. Nearly 3 million Navage users have written more than 100,000 reviews, averaging 4.7 stars, saying things like, best product I've ever used, and amazing, I love my Navage. That's because Navage helps you breathe better, sleep deeper, and snore less. But the biggest payoff is improved health. Here's the key point. Navage is good personal hygiene, and it's going to help you stay healthier. At Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, Target, and online. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Batteries Plus Bulbs with stores in Northfield at 900 Tilton Road and on Route 73 in Mount Laurel is your destination for boat and marine batteries. Roy, Scott, and their team are extraordinarily service-minded, and they have creative solutions to fix your cell phones and tablets, batteries for your power tools, cars, motorcycles, golf carts, and other devices. Performance batteries. They have what you need to get ready for storm season, including generators and so much more. Shop local, shop Batteries Plus Bulbs in Northfield and Mount Laurel.
She posted about us just now.
Celebrities can't get enough of Bianna's bespoke skincare line.
She has 147 million followers. How do we monetize?
She needs a social media associate to help her with the hype.
We should repost this. Do we need a hashtag?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Rezzle is the world's #1 virtual reality sports trainer. Whatever your team, your sport, your ability, improve your game and train like a pro. Rezzle. Reactions, performance, accuracy, stamina, resilience. Train at home in the Rezzle Sports and Fitness VR training arena. Search Rezzle, Rezzil.
Harder, stronger, smarter.
The world's #1 virtual reality sports trainer. Available now on MetaQuest.
Looking for something to do outdoors? Fall in the Garden State is all about the Jersey Fresh experience on our farms. From picking Jersey Fresh apples and pumpkins to enjoying warm cider after solving a corn maze with family and friends. Fall in love with Jersey Fresh.
South Jersey's play-by-play home for the Eagles,
Touchdown!
Sixers, and Flyers.
He scored!
97.3 ESPN, WENJ, WENJ HD Millville, Atlantic City, a Town Square media station.
Red 83!
Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Ron Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Let me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
Fight, Eagles fight. Score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high, and watch our Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles fly, on the road to victory. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
All right, we're broadcasting live here at yesterday's in Marmora for the Eagles pregame show. The people starting to file in here.
They're getting ready.
All right, this is the place. This is Eagles headquarters for the whole season. Come on down and watch the Eagles games. They got a lot of great specials. $3 Miller Lite drafts, $8 Miller Lite pitchers, and a lot of specialty drinks. Of course, the food is outstanding. Last week I had the wings, Carlin. Phenomenal.
I've had the wings.
Plus, today we're giving away an Eagles jersey provided by Pro Image Sports and Fan Treasures. They have the largest selection of Eagles team jerseys, clothing, hats, novelties in the tri-state area. You'll find the latest styles for brands like Nike, New Era, Mitchell & Ness, and 47 brand. Log into fantreasures.com to shop from thousands of styles of team gear or locate any one of their 12 Delaware Valley Pro Image or Fan Treasures locations. And sitting with us right now, it was one of my great sponsors. He's a great guy, Tom Jackson from Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical. Tommy, how you doing, buddy?
Good, Billy, how are you?
All right, Tom. Hey, how about the Eagles 3-0?
It's I'm one of them, but it's the typical Philadelphia fan.
You know, they're playing amazing, and everybody keeps waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Right.
He is a true fan.
He is a true fan.
Can't be real.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
so we talked about that earlier. Like all the questions about Jalen Hurts going into the season, hasn't he quieted all his critics with his play? So you're still waiting for you're still waiting for something bad to happen?
No, I'm not. That's what I mean. Up until this team, I was that way.
Right.
Defense wasn't that great, and but I bet on Hurts last year to be the MVP.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, and I didn't do it this year. But
well, this year's the year to do it because he's been
I don't
playing
think-
like an MVP.
I don't think this game's going to be close. I really don't. The weather, the passing game's going to be huge because
Even if you, by the way, I don't know if you've
receivers-
seen Jason Kelsey was sliding. He ran and slid on his belly in the water like they did in Chicago a couple weeks ago. It's pouring up there.
Well, the old adage, the receivers know where they're going, the defenders don't.
Yeah, that's true too.
And the way Gannon's been disguising his defenses, I think Trevor's going to have a hard time. I really do.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Eagles ranked 7th in scoring defense. They haven't given up 8 or fewer points in back-to-back games for the first time since 2004. So, I mean, this defense is they're playing really well.
It's
the whole team is come together. Even though remember, this is our 4th game. But if you just take these 4 games going into it, we can't really pinpoint on what we have to really work on this moving on to the next game kind of thing. Our defense is playing great. The offense is playing great. And we haven't had injuries. And this is the kind of game in this kind of weather. You want to get through this game with a win. And more importantly, you don't need an injury to one of our top dogs.
Plus, they're beating the teams they're supposed to beat.
Right.
Yeah,
That's true too.
I didn't like Gannon last year. I really didn't. I was a big critic. The bend not break sort of thing. I mean, I'm a Jimmy Johnson guy, but they get 2 turnovers today and 6 sacks.
All right, Tommy Jackson, give us your prediction for the score.
42-7.
42-7. I love it.
Whoa.
And they keep that Eagles. It's keeping it under 8. All right, Tommy, listen, I wanted to get you on, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
We love it. You sponsor the show. You keep us on the air, and I want to thank you so much.
No worries.
All right.
Thank you.
Tom Jackson, Electrical, Dave Klemic back.
Billy,
on the-
make
on
sure
the,
he looks at the screen there. Call Tom Jackson and Sons.
Sons for Electrical, they're number 1.
Well, you meet some people in your life that are just genuine, nice people.
Right.
And come and like Tom, his company does the work the right way, professional. There's no beat up. You're never going back saying, well, the price, this and that, or he left the place and that. You can tell why he's been in business for so long. He does everything right.
Yeah, Tommy Jackson's a great guy. Hey, listen, if you're in the bar area and you haven't signed up for the Eagles jersey giveaway, come on down, put your name in the bucket, your name and your number. At the end of the show, we'll pull out a name. You can win a Replica A.J. Brown Eagles jersey, the green jersey. Come on down. We're giving away an Eagles replica jersey courtesy of Pro Image Sports and Fan Treasures. Now, I want to talk about the defense because you and I keep talking about this over and over again, Mike, but we stood next to Jordan Davis. Dave, I don't know if you heard this, but we went to the Maxwell.
We were this close as we're sitting. We're right next.
The guy's huge. Yeah. I mean, he's huge. And if he in the middle stuffs the run. I mean, he's doing what he's
key today,
right?
And we were talking. All we keep talking about is rushing the ball. You saw him get on the field a little bit more last week. I'm hoping today. I'm hoping it's like a building process, little by little. Every week we're going to see more and more of him, more and more. And I'm hoping that we see Dean too come in at the linebacker.
Yeah,
we're getting more plays.
Kazir White, T.J. Edwards. Hassan Reddick, you were calling for him last week. And
I said he would get his first or second sack,
and he did.
Yeah,
I mean, they had 9 sacks last week, Dave.
Yeah, that's going to jump out to a coach and go, "We are not going to get beat by getting sacked this week." That's like you just can't be the dumbest person in the NFL. So they're going to pay close attention to that.
Peterson will be ready for that.
Yeah. By the way, sacks allowed. The Jacksonville Jaguars are first in that category. They've allowed
people to get to them.
So they've been burnt, by their offensive line. Might be a little suspect. Remember, like the Chargers didn't have Joey Bosa last week. So, I mean, that you talk about them beating the Chargers.
Yeah.
They got him at home, though.
Okay, I look at that as one guy. Is one guy going to really make a decision? change the whole aspect of the game.
I mean, you could argue Joey Bosa is one of the best defensive ends on planet Earth.
Okay.
Right. On planet Earth. That's true. I mean,
By the way, you guys were talking about the defensive tackle Jordan Davis.
Right.
So we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. I want to bring it up again because Jordan Davis is only playing 32% of the defensive snaps. Here are the guys who are ahead of him. Marlon Tuipulotu at 39%, Milton Williams at 44.9%, Fletcher Cox at 55.5%, Javon Hargrave at 56.5%. So if you're going to get more snaps for Jordan Davis, who on that list are you taking snaps away from?
Well, I like the fact that
it's a good problem.
The disparity, right?
Yeah, it's
and
a
the
good
disparity
problem
in percentage of plays isn't that different. I mean, it's not that.
It's not as extreme as
not
maybe
extreme.
visually looks like.
Right.
But again, here's the other thing. Don't forget, Jordan Davis was never a stats guy. He was a defensive lineman who made things easier for everyone else.
Right. They were double teaming him. Opened up.
Right. You go watch those Georgia games. People like me who have no life who watch college football all day long. He was a guy who never got sacks. He rarely got tackles for loss. But he was a guy they had to dedicate 2-3 guys to blocking. So then everybody else, like the guy they're facing today, Travon Walker on the other side for the Jags, amazing athlete, amazing player. But he's learning in the NFL how hard it is when you don't have a Jordan Davis on that line with you.
Right.
Because people are paying more attention to you because guess what? He is not number 1, not number 2, not number 3 on that team in quarterback hits. He's number 4. The guy who's number 1 is that guy, Josh Allen, that nobody talks about. So you have a young guy in Travon Walker who's learning the NFL and learning how, hey, this stuff ain't that easy.
Right. And I'll tell you, I know it's only one game. They had 9 sacks, but still, the Eagles are in the second most sacks, 12 in the NFL behind Dallas, who has 13.
Listen, this is I know I keep going back and forth and saying this. I really think this is going to be a tight game. I think the
Not
weather,
according to Tommy Jackson. He's saying 42-7.
That's surprising. But I think with the weather and I think with Peterson coming back into town, I think he's going to know how to slow this game down. It's going to be a win, and we need a win. This is the kind of game where you just cannot foul up at home playing against. But Jacksonville is not Jacksonville. Listen, I know we said that Bosa wasn't playing on defense.
Right.
Do you know what the score was when they beat them, Chargers?
38-10.
Chargers only scored 10 points.
That's the
Chargers,
Jags defense.
Yeah.
Right.
My point is they're a good team because
Chargers,
San Diego is a really good offensive team.
Right.
They only scored 10 points on them.
That was pretty impressive. All right. We're down here broadcasting live at yesterday's in Marmora. Come on down. We're giving away an Eagles jersey, an Eagles replica A.J. Brown jersey, courtesy of Pro Image Sports and Fan Treasures. The second hour of the locker room is brought to you by the Great Bay Country Club, where it's not just golf, it's fun. Make Great Bay Country Club your club. Great Bay is an award-winning private golf club where you are greeted by name. It's home of the 3-hour and 58-minute round. Of course, they've made a lot of new renovations. They have a new outdoor patio overlooking the first tee with fire pits. They have a new sound system. They're working on that big deck outside deck with a view of the 18th green for entertainment and weddings. Of course, Great Bay Country Club does weddings the best. They have that award-winning culinary banquet staff. They customize your menus, and they seat up to 275 people. So get down there, go see Radio Ron Ralston. For more information, go to greatbay.com or give them a call at 609-927-5071. Great Bay Country Club in Summers Point, New Jersey. See why it's always a great day at Great Bay. My winter watchdog. All right. Have you heard of New Jersey's premier vacant home management service, My Winter Watchdog? You know those worrisome thoughts that creep in your mind every time you hear of a storm coming and the daunting task of driving down to the shore to check on the house, hours of time on the road, or if you're away for the winter. Let My Winter Watchdog be your eyes and ears with their 15-point inspection checklist. They offer a full menu of maintenance and improvement services. Owner Debbie McGonigal and her team of property caretakers are professional, licensed, bonded, and insured. So don't let the winter worry you. They'll give your house that lived-in look. That's My Winter Watchdog. Go to mywinterwatchdog.com or give them a call at 267-202-1869. That's 267-202-1869, or send Debbie an email, Debbie@mywinterwatchdog.com. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room with Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, Dave Klemic live at yesterday's in Marmora for our Eagles pregame show. Right here
It's
on
the NFL on
97.3
Sports USA, and we're headed to Lambeau Field as the New England Patriots ride into Green Bay to face the Packers. The Pats have a strong offensive attack with Aguilar, Myers, and Devontae Parker flanked out wide. The Pack have a pair of Aarons, Jones in the backfield, and the veteran number 12 Rodgers under center.
Touchdown, Green Bay!
It's the Patriots at the Packers, Sunday on Sports USA.
It's NFL Sunday on 97.3 ESPN. Coverage begins after Eagles football.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia Star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Hey, Dan Grimaldi, Patsy Parisi from The Sopranos. If you have an insurance claim, call the insurance doctor. I did, and he rescued me from a disaster. Got me more money than I ever expected. So when you get an insurance claim, you call the insurance doctor. 856-874-8377 or insurancedoctorllc.com. If you don't, this will be the last face you see. And it won't be cinematic. Call the insurance doctor.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Just because summer is over doesn't mean the Jersey Fresh season is. New Jersey Department of Agriculture wants to remind you that all Jersey Fresh fall favorites are now harvesting. Apples, beets, broccoli, squashes, spinach, and so much more. Get real local Jersey Fresh.
It's alive! It's alive!
Sir, he's trying to speak.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime!
Yes, one time down at Springfield Mitsubishi in Atlantic City. Even the new Outlanders with third row seating.
Credit amnesty.
Yes, if you bring home $350 a week, you could get up to $25,000 in credit. 25 grand with only one dime down.
Hey, now this is a Halloween party.
Every vehicle, one dime down.
Acres of vehicles in stock now. And you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
Beat that.
At the all-new Springfield Mitsubishi, Atlantic City.
In Pleasantville.
They service all makes and models. Springfield Mitsubishi AC.com.
Oh, this is good dip. That's not dip.
New 22 Mirage, 16.4 dime down, $249 a month for 72 months at 3% APR plus tax title with qualified buyers.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
All right, we're broadcasting live from yesterday's Creekside Tavern.
Here we go.
In Marmora, New Jersey for the Eagles pregame show. This is the place to be, Carlin.
This is it.
This is
You're an
this
Eagles
is like
fan.
being at the game.
This is it.
I mean,
We're gonna be
when the
high-fiving
Eagles
soon.
score, the whole bar sings. The enthusiasm here is second to none. Of course, come on down. We're giving away Eagles. We're giving away an Eagles replica A.J. Brown jersey, courtesy of Pro Image Sports
Beautiful.
and Fan Treasures. But you got to be here to win. If you're at the bar, come down, put your name in the hat with your name and your phone number, and we'll pick it out at the end of the show, and somebody will win a A.J. Brown jersey. And A.J. Brown's playing great, Dave Klemic.
Oh, yeah. I like what he brings to the offense is unbelievable because he's got that big body and he makes contested catches, which you got to do in the NFL. You can't no one's going to come wide open like Devontae Smith did in college. He was just always wide open. You got to make a contested catch, and I think nobody better in the NFL doing it than
All right, ready for this, Carlin? A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Quez Watkins are the only wide receiver trio in the league to record a 45-yard plus reception this year. So all three are very dynamic.
The whole offense right now is stacked at the quarterback can run. You have a huge mid-range threat in A.J. Brown who can catch
anything.
Which my favorite play of the entire season so far, it's one that no one would ever think of. There was a slant route where A.J. Brown had his first touchdown.
Yeah.
He catches a slant close to the end zone. He's not that super fast, but he's big. He's being overplayed. So Jalen Hurts throws it to his back shoulder.
Yeah, only he could catch it, right?
Only he could catch it.
Yeah.
And I go, that was such a mature move by both receiver
Nice.
and I go, this is going to be a great season because of that play right there.
Dave, as a wide receiver, some guys are like, well, you're a burner. You raced Dante Hall and beat him in a 40-yard dash, which is pretty cool. But there's also you got to be a good route runner too, right? You got to understand what the defense is giving you, right? Explain a little bit to our listeners how hard that is to be like. You're almost like you got to see what's going on, what they're giving you. Right?
Yeah. So right at pre-snap,
Billy, we have Grimesy.
At pre-snap, you have a route, and then it may change depending on the defense or depending what they shift to, or if it's man-to-man or not. So them all pre-snap, and then as you're moving through the route, you also have to think you're actually really trying not to. You're trying to get to your depth.
Right.
If you shorten your depth, you screw up the whole thing. So, but
the quarterback's got to be in tune to what you're doing too.
So
he's got to be paying attention.
Exactly, and then you got to look at where the leverage is of that defensive back, and that's how you kind of have to shift them with your hips or shift them with your eyes a little bit to get them to move so that you can break and create separation. It's very difficult. It's a lot more difficult to carve a route than people think.
All right, we're on the line right now. Is another one of our great sponsors. He's up at the game. Let's go to the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline, and welcome in Mark Grimes. What's up, Grimesy?
What's up, gentlemen?
Mark Grimes, you there?
Today?
Do we have him?
Mark Grimes.
It is absolutely pouring up here. Pouring, raining.
He can call back.
Yeah, I thought
He's there.
We can't hear him.
We're here.
Guys,
we're waiting for
can you
him.
hear me?
All right. Well, in the meantime, until we get Grimes.
He's there.
All right, well, we can't hear him, so.
I hear him.
Hey, Billy, can you hear me?
All right, there we go. How you doing, Mark Grimes? Tell us about what's going on up there.
Billy. Hey, Billy.
I can hear you. Go ahead. He's in a tickle. All right, we're good. Let's try to get a better connection. It's crazy. I bet you
I want to hear what
crazy
the
up
weather
there.
was like. I haven't seen any pictures on the TV yet.
I saw that when Jalen Hurts walked in, it didn't even look like it was raining.
Oh, good. So it's
because
stopped.
there was John Clark from NBC 10. He tweeted out a thing where it was pouring rain. I mean, the rain was coming down sideways.
When we got here at 9:30, it was pouring, and they had the tarp on. So we just got to see if the tarp's still on. But it looks like it sounds like it could be stopped.
All right, here's another stat. I'm a stat guy, Klemic. I like to talk about stats. But the Eagles' defense ranks third in the NFL in opponent 3-and-out percentage, 45%, trailing only San Francisco at 50 and Tampa Bay at 50. That's a pretty good stat because if you get your, you don't let the offense get drives going, get them off the field, so your offense can spend a lot of time on the field. Beat him in time and possession.
Yeah, and we just talked about. Josh was talking about that. Some of those like intangible stats, like or it goes, oh, it's this stat that you read on the other side of the ball. Like if the offense is on the field, The defense is not, and they get to be fresh and quick and fast for the entire game. So,
and just remember, because of the weather, does that incline you guys to say, despite Tom Jackson's prediction, that this might be a lower scoring game?
I did, yes.
So you think it's going to be? We'll get your prediction at the end, but you do think it's going to be a lower scoring game?
It'll definitely be a lower score.
You know what I see? Quas said 34-17. Grayson said 31-13 so far.
Everybody's scoring points.
Jackson 42. And I'm seeing this. I'm thinking, the Eagles' offense only scored in the first half. They haven't put points up on the board.
They scored all their points last week in one quarter.
One quarter, the second quarter. So I think this could be the week that they put it all together.
Right.
I think Tom Jackson might be on to something.
And remember what we said. Sometimes you scale back the second half. They knew at halftime they were going to win that game.
Yeah, they were dominating the game.
It's a matter, do we want to win 41-10 or do we want to win, 38-21?
But here's the devil's advocate on that. It's the idea that, you guys remember the movie Remember the Titans?
Yeah.
Remember the scene where he goes to the ref and tells him to call the game straight? And he goes to Coach Boone and he says, they're not calling the calls. Now run up the score on them. Don't you sometimes want to send a message like, listen, Washington, we're not just going to beat you. We're going to send you home crying.
And they did. 9 sacks later.
They didn't run up the score, though.
Well,
to me, that's a college thing.
But 2017. The Eagles ran up the score on teams like the Broncos, for example, demolishing teams, just running the ball down their throat. Because remember, that game, and this is something that we brought up earlier this week on 97.3, Bill, that game, the Broncos were supposed to have this great defense, right, that year in 2017. And the Eagles put up 40 on them.
Yeah, they smoked them.
And they just kept running and running the ball down their throat, play-actioning them.
All right, we're broadcasting live from yesterday's here in Marmora for our Eagles pregame show. Come on down. This is the place to be. The second hour of the locker room is brought to you by the Great Bay Country Club, where it's not just golf, it's fun. Make Great Bay Country Club your club. Great Bay is an award-winning private golf club where you are greeted by name. It's home of the 3-hour and 58-minute round. If you want to book a wedding for 2023 or sign up for a social membership, go to greatbay.com or give them a call at 609-927-5071. Great Bay Country Club in Somers Point, New Jersey. See why it's always a great day at Great Bay. And, of course, when you get down there, say hello to Radio Ron Ralston for us. He does a great job. Friends, let me tell you about Maserati, the main line, located just minutes from downtown Philadelphia. They offer a client-focused car buying experience designed to exceed all expectations and invite you to stop and see the area's largest selection of new Maseratis, including the sporty Ghibli midsize sedan or the class-leading Levante, the only SUV worthy being called a Maserati. Maserati, the mainline, also leads the nation in certified pre-owned sales and has the highest quality like new Maserati available on the market. Your experience does not end at the point of a sale, as Maserati, the mainline, offers free pickup and delivery for scheduled service appointments and provides a new Maserati loaner car. So be audacious. Call my good friend Michael Pileggi at RDS Auto Group today at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800, or visit them online anytime at MOTML.com. And I want to remind people that the locker room in Blitz's Market want to discount your Eagles game day meal. During the Eagles season on game day, get a turkey or Italian hoagie for just $5 when you mention the locker room. Get down to Blitz's all season long at 21st and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Blitz's now has online ordering at blitzesmarkets.com, or give them a call at 609-399-9983. Blitz's is home of the dill pickle hoagie. It's really a big deal. All right, we're broadcasting live at yesterday's in Marmora for our Eagles pregame show. Come on down. We got plenty of seats here. Bars getting crowded. People starting to come in for our Eagles game. You catch all the action right here on 97.3 ESPN with Mike and Merle have the call. It's the locker room with Billy Schwein, with Mike Carlin, Dave Klemic, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Scott Graham here from Westwood One with a preview of Sunday Night Football. From Tampa, Tom Brady and the Buccaneers play host to Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Both are 2-1 after disappointing losses last week. Join Ryan Rackey and Mike Golick for all the action. It's a showdown of two great quarterbacks looking to get their team back on track on Sunday Night Football.
Listen to Sunday Night Football on 97.3 ESPN. Coverage begins at 8 p.m.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists, just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free Train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Calling again and again. Calling again and again.
Hundreds of Volkswagens in stock and on sale. Hundreds of Mitsubishis, even 100 electric Pintelli golf carts in stock and on sale at Tom's River Auto Group. And not one a penny over sticker. Plus, Tom's River Auto has a Birds fan bonus. $500 off just for showing up in a team jersey, hat, socks, whatever. How easy is that? New or used, Tom's River's got plenty, but hurry. On sale, they're flying. Click Tom'sRiverAutoGroup.com.
You're in
You
queue.
want to get in shape and feel great and look better on the beach? At Local Gym and Fitness, located at 908 Asbury Avenue, you can accomplish your goal. 4 local guys with a passion and experience in fitness wanted to open a gym that delivers a quality, hospitable, clean, and friendly environment. Don't be intimidated. Be a local. Local Gym has the best equipment around with 4 fully loaded Olympic and CrossFit platforms, Jacob's ladders, Stairmasters, bikes, and ergs. Local Gym and Fitness provides quality trainers to lend their expertise with all your training needs. They're open 7 days a week. Memberships are affordable. So be a local at Local Gym and Fitness. Call them today at 609-545-8732 or go online at localgymandfitness.com. I'll see you there.
Hi, it's Pete from Chicky and Pete's. Check out Chicky and Pete's
1:30.
all-new happy hour every weekday starting at 4 p.m. Enjoy select craft beers, seltzers, and wines for $5, plus feature cocktails for $7 on our special happy hour food menu. We call it the Bar Board, with world-famous crab fries, tasty pretzel nuggets, and get ready, Curds Aroni, with crispy bacon and Dijon cheese sauce. Chicky and Pete's all-new happy hour every weekday starting at 4 p.m. Chickies and Pete's.
Asthma symptoms can attack anywhere, like on a city street. Now you can get fast relief anywhere with new improved Primatene Mist, the only FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. So whether you need relief of symptoms at the park or at your kitchen table, Primatene Mist starts working quickly, opening up your airways to restore free breathing. For temporary relief of mild symptoms of intermittent asthma, use Primatene Mist and breathe easy again. Available at CVS, Rite Aid, and Walgreens. Use as directed.
The one and only Mr. America All-American Sports Festival is coming to the Tropicana in Atlantic City, October 8th and 9th. The Super Bowl of natural bodybuilding is the world's most iconic bodybuilding competition. Competitors from 41 different states will compete for the title of Mr. and Ms. America. This year, more than 1,000 athletes competing in over 20 sports and events. The one and only Mr. America All-American Sports Festival, October 8th and 9th at Tropicana in Atlantic City. Get tickets now at MrAmerica.com.
Now, more of The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back here in the locker room with Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, and Dave Klemic broadcasting live from yesterday's in Marmora as the crowd starting to pile in for the Eagles game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And now it's time that we talk a little fantasy football with our fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley, brought to you by Padula Masonry. Ron Padula has been in business for 25 years. With his experience, when you choose Padula Masonry to complete your project, you're choosing peace of mind. Foundations, concrete, brick, stone, stucco, pavers, and more. You name it. If it has cement, they do it. That's Padula Masonry. Give them a call at 609-399-8009. That's 609-399-8009. Or check out the website, PadulaMasonry.com. Let's go to the fantasy football guru on the Maserati of the Mainline Sports Hotline and welcome in the guru himself, Brian Hartley. Good morning, Brian. Look at him.
Look
He's
at
got
that
a Philly fanatic hat
I like
on.
that hat.
Good morning. We got four games of baseball season, and I'm still hoping the Phillies
pull this out.
Well, they won last night
We're
in the
up one.
second half of the doubleheader with 8-2.
Yeah.
So,
me too. And we got
and of
Wheeler
course-
pitching today.
And Milwaukee lost last night.
They were winning the whole game.
Winning
They
the whole
lost to
game, and they
Miami.
lose last night, Guru.
Billy, did you ever think you'd have two local Summers Point legends on the same show?
Yeah, Carlin and
not quite what I would. But, I might not be as fast as Dave, but,
All right, Guru, you beat me last week in the fantasy football. You got lucky.
Oh, yeah, real lucky.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I beat Josh by 0.6 of a point the week before that. But you know what's the projections? You get excited. You see these projections on the ESPN fantasy football leagues, and you get all excited, but they don't pan out that way.
Not at all. A lot of things go into all that. Today weather is a huge factor, especially in some of these East Coast games. So, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. You got this game going on in London right now. It's beautiful, but Pete and I were texting earlier. We both have Alvin Kamara, and he misses his second game now in 4 weeks. Hasn't performed the other. We're getting crushed on our first round pick, so you never really know week to week. These projections don't mean much. You got to play the game, and that's always the way it is.
By the way, the inactives came out for today's game for the Eagles, and two names to note: cornerback Avante Maddox and running back Boston Scott are out for today. That hopefully, Maddox I think is second in the team in tackles, so that'll be quite a loss for him playing against Trevor Lawrence. Guru, he's been playing really well. He's one of only 7 quarterbacks with above 100 quarterback rating.
Yeah, well, this is good news for me because with Kamara out, I'm playing Miles Sanders today. So Boston Scott out. Hopefully that means a little more between the weather and everything else. Miles Sanders hopefully come up with a touchdown today and some yards. But yeah, Jalen Hurts is playing great. But hey, don't sweat on Jacksonville, man. They have been playing phenomenal, especially their defense up front. Lawrence has been able to sling the ball. They got Christian Kirk this year out there, so it's gonna be a tough game. I'm just that the weather down and run the ball and play the defense and come out and win. This isn't a game we can let get away. If we got something, we're going to show here. We're going to be this is the game.
So we're having a little bit of a bad connection with the Guru, but Carlin is playing fantasy football, Guru, for the first time, and you really have to be on top of the this is the time of the year when injuries start to mount, and you have to really pay attention if you're playing fantasy football to what's going on.
Yeah, this is a big week with that, especially at the running back position. There's a lot of guys that are out this week, a lot of guys that are filling in. Could be projected. I hate to use that word again, projected, to have good weeks this week, but we'll see. I picked up a couple waiver wire picks this week, and I'm going to need them with some of my injuries. So we'll see what happens.
Fantasy football guru Brian Hartley joining us on the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline. Guru, we were talking earlier in the show about Jalen Hurts and the question mark. Everybody was a lot of skeptics last year, at the end of last year, and all throughout the summer. Everybody's worrying. All of a sudden, he's leading the NFC in quarterback rating, and he's NFC Offensive Player of the Month of September.
Yeah, count me in as one of those skeptics. He was available in my fantasy draft. I steered away from him and went in a different direction, but that's come back to bite me in the butt now, At that time, though, we didn't know we were going to have A.J. Brown on the roster with some of these things, going back to the draft. They add him, which is a key part going in the summer, and A.J. Brown's really panned out. So now he's got a lot of offensive weapons, and they've been balanced this year. If you remember the start of last year, they really weren't running the ball. They had a lot of games where they had 3 or 4 rushes, not counting Hurts in the first half, and then they would fall behind, and they had to abandon the run. This year, they've really stayed on point, staying with a balanced attack, and it's really worked out well. The first half of the season, through the first 3 games, they're putting up a ton of points. The second half, they've been a little slower. So we need to, balance that out a little more, keep our foot on the pedal, and not let these teams kind of get back in any of these games.
Dave Klemic, I know as you're a former player, when people are saying that he's not that good, or he's people are starting to question what type of player you are. What's that do for an athlete? Somebody that's being talked about. I guess as a competitor,
love this question. I'm so psyched to get.
You can see he's got his ears pinned back.
Yeah.
But no, seriously, you want to prove people wrong,
yeah,
right?
So Jalen Hurts. Let's talk about the narrative. When he was at Alabama, got benched for Tua, right?
Right.
Then he goes to Oklahoma,
Right.
right? And then he does this thing there and humbly took his bench. He didn't make a big deal out of it, but when he did transfer, he did phenomenal there. He's building characters through this, and he's going. You know what I mean? He's got to. Now he's playing behind the only other team that was undefeated, Miami, and he's going. This is where I'm fine with this. Like, watch me.
Right. He wants to
Let
spell
me prove
all the naysayers.
Yeah,
right?
and he'll keep doing it. Now, I have a close story with him. The coach that coached me before the NFL Combine, named Chip Smith, told me you got to look out for Jalen Hurts. I'm telling you, he coaches Heisman Trophy winners. He's coached thousands of NFL players, including myself. And he's like, you watch Jalen Hurts succeed at that level. The intangibles, he's a devout Christian. He's a person that is a hard weight room guy. Durable.
Right, durable, yeah.
He's thick ankles and big muscles. So like when he could squat 600-700 pounds.
Yeah.
So he's not going to get hurt when he makes those runs like maybe Carson Wentz, who was a little bit more wobbly.
Right.
He's going to be able to take those impacts. So anyway, I love Jalen Hurts. I always have. I posted on my Facebook an apology list for people that said they didn't like him. So, and I like his intangibles.
So Guru, I look like a genius. I picked him in my second pick in my fantasy draft. People were laughing at me, Carlin. But guess what? I'm glad I picked him.
I know I laughed at you. I gave you a hard time.
I know.
Genius.
Hey,
Genius
listen.
spelled Homer.
All right, Guru, give us your picks for your hot players to watch for week 4 in the NFL.
You got it. So this week I like Tom Brady against Kansas City, getting some of his weapons back. Aaron Rodgers, I think, could have finally a breakout week this week against New England. And I like my boy Russell Wilson, my Denver Broncos. Again, I'm a homer too, those guys. So I got to like him this week against the Raiders. The Raiders, I think, go 0-4, and they're not looking so good. At running back, we talked about backups this week. There's a lot of injuries, a lot of guys down. I like Khalil Herbert against New York Giants today, and Jamal Williams will be an absolute stud today play. If you got him on the waiver wire going against Cordell Patterson. No Myles Garrett this week, so I think he could have another big game. Came off a strong week last week. And Tony Pollard, another team, Dallas, that's really balancing the backs this week. I have a great week against. At wide receiver, I like Amari Cooper against Atlanta. Look out for Ricky James, the Giants wide receiver, with Sterling Shepard down and Kadarius Toney. He could be a guy that could have a decent week this week against Chicago. And Josh Palmer, another guy with Keenan Allen out this week. He could have another week. You slide him in there as a flex player going against. So he could put up some surprise points. Those are my 4.
All right, Guru, running out of time. You got to give us your pick for today's game. We always like to have the Guru's input.
I'm going with the Eagles 20-10. And quick funny story about Dave's brother, Paul. He's the only kid I ever coached that stole from second base back to first base.
All right, Brian, fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you next Sunday for the fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley.
Have
Thanks,
a great
Brian.
day.
All right, there he is, the fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley, brought to you by Padula Masonry. Ron Padula has been in business for 25 years. With his experience, when you choose Padula Masonry to complete your project, you're choosing peace of mind. Foundations, concrete, bricks, stone, stucco, pavers, and more. You name it. If it has cement, they do it. That's Padula Masonry. Give them a call at 609-399-8009 or check out the website at Padula Masonry. I want to remind people the second hour of the locker room is brought to you by the Great Bay Country Club, where it's not just golf, it's fun. Make Great Bay Country Club your club. Great Bay's award-winning private golf club where you are greeted by name. It's home of the 3-hour and 58-minute round. They're now taking social memberships starting at $25 a month. For more information, go to greatbay.com or give them a call at 609-927-5071. Great Bay Country Club in Summers Point. See why it's always a great day at Great Bay. Just about everybody has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that's run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, we're broadcasting live at yesterday's Creekside Tavern in Marmora for our Eagles pregame show.
Coming in.
It's the locker room with Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, Dave Klemic on 97.3 ESPN.
This is the radio home for Philadelphia Eagles football. The Eagles continue the 2022 season this Sunday against Doug Peterson and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Devontae Smith, touchdown! He caught it in the corner of the end zone.
Pre-game coverage starts at noon with Merrill Reese and Mike Quick calling all the action starting at 1 p.m. This is where the Philadelphia Eagles play. 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey's official Eagle station.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical. They're number one.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
You want the best Mexican food in South Jersey? Go to Red's Jersey Mex.
Hey, this is Red's. Come visit us at 11th and Haven in Ocean City, New Jersey, where we have been cooking up the best Mexican food, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, fajitas, enchiladas, Jersey fresh salads, and so much more since 2004 using only the finest ingredients available.
That's right. Go to Red's Jersey Mex. Call for takeout at 609-399-2272 or dine in. That's Red's Jersey Mex, 11th and Haven in Ocean City, 609-399-2272 or RedsJerseyMex.com. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Red's Jersey Mex Cafe.
It's alive! It's alive!
Sir, he's trying to speak.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime.
Yes, one time down at Springfield Mitsubishi in Atlantic City. Even the new Outlanders with third row seating.
Credit amnesty.
Yes, if you bring home $350 a week, you could get up to $25,000 in credits. 25 grand with only one dime down.
Hey, now this is a Halloween party. Woo-hoo!
Every vehicle, one dime down.
Acres of vehicles in stock now. And you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
Beat that.
At the all-new Springfield Mitsubishi, Atlantic City.
In Pleasantville.
They service all makes and models. Springfield Mitsubishi AC.com. Oh, this is good dip.
That's not dip.
New 22 Mirage, 16.4 dime down, $249 a month for 72 months at 3% APR plus tax act title to qualified buyers.
Rezzle is the world's #1 virtual reality sports trainer. Whatever your team, your sport, your ability, improve your game and train like a pro. Rezzle. Reactions, performance, accuracy, stamina, resilience. Train at home in the Rezzle Sports and Fitness VR training arena. Search Rezzle, REZZIL.
Harder, stronger, smarter.
The world's #1 virtual reality sports trainer. Available now on MetaQuest.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're broadcasting live from yesterday's Creekside Tavern, Marmora for the Eagles pregame show. Of course, you catch all the action right here on 97.3 ESPN. Mike and Merrill with the call, but come down here. This is Eagles headquarters.
We're here.
Real quick, let's go to the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline, and welcome in Mark Grimes in the stadium. What's up, Grimes?
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
You there, Mark Grimes? He's called. Yeah, we got you. Tell us about the weather conditions. All right, Grimesy. Well, you think it's going to affect the game then, right? It's wind blowing and everything? All right, Grimesy, give us your prediction real quick. What? Are you serious?
Yeah.
All right, that's a pretty low-scoring game. Yep. All right, Grimes, we got to run, brother. We got to get this jersey given away. Let's go, Birds! All right, there he is, Mark Grimes on the Maserati Mainline Sports Highline. Let's get our picks real quick, and then we'll call out the name of the winner for the jersey. All right, let's go with Mike Carlin first. Mike Carlin.
This is a high-scoring game until this weather today. I think it's going to slow it down by everybody. They're used to scoring points. We're used to scoring points, but I think today's you bring down. I'm looking at the Eagles with a win, 24-17.
24-17, and a lot of turnovers today, Carlin.
Hopefully not on us.
All right.
Hopefully
well,
I
mean,
I
just heard Grimes.
I can see it going both ways. Right. That's what I mean. I can see it going both ways. Tip balls in the air, fumbled with the running. I just think it's going to be one of those sloppy wins, but we get out with a win.
All right.
The better team wins today.
Everybody so far is loading up on the Birds, and why not? They're their home team. Dave Klemic.
Okay. 24. The Eagles 24. Jacksonville 14. And this, another thing, I think Jalen Hurts has 2 rushing touchdowns.
All right. I mean, I like where the trend is going. Let's get Chuck in here. Let Chuck step in, or give Chuck the mic, Josh. And Chuck Thompson, the general manager here at yesterday's, Chuck, another great crowd. We're getting ready for Eagles football. What do you say, Chuck?
I'm not feeling the enthusiasm out of the boys on the panel today. I think the weather's got everybody down. 24-3. Hassan Reddick, fumble recovery for a touchdown. Birds go to 4-0.
Get the win.
24-3. I don't know how much more pumped up you want us to be. I think we're all excited about
I think we need to get a little more fired up.
How about Tom Jackson? He said 42-7.
42-7. Let's lock it up. That's what we want.
I like that.
Eagles wins are good for business, boys.
Yeah, you got
and
that right.
Real quick, while I have you, next week, you gentlemen will not be here, but 4:30, I've Swoop and the Eagles cheaters will be here.
Whoa,
so we continue the big party next week.
And of course, Chuck, you do a great job. $3 Miller Lite drafts, $8 Miller Lite pitchers. Can't go wrong at yesterday's.
Absolutely not. And we start snow crabs at 4:00 right after kickoff. No reason for anybody to run out the door.
Oh, I might have to stop back over here on the way out of town.
Who you kidding? Right. You'll still be here. Don't worry.
All right, Chuck. Thank you so much. Josh Henning, give us your pick, Josh.
I also want to remind you, this is a place you should come for Thursday night football as well. I'm here every Thursday.
How about that?
Why pay for the Amazon Prime subscription when you can come to yesterday's and support a local business?
Woo! Very good.
All right,
just
Josh,
saying.
What do you got, Josh Henning?
Okay, look, I'm a big believer in weather affects games. And I will never forget that stupid Patriots-Bills game last year where Belichick ran the triple option offense, won like 3-0. It was the most ridiculous thing I ever saw. So with that in mind, and that sloppy field up there and the wind, I have the Eagles winning 28-14.
28-14.
Which means we still hit the under.
All right. Listen, I got to tell you, I'm looking at these scores, and one of the things about being the host of the show, you get to go last. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, there's
that's right. I don't count.
Diverse
yeah, don't worry about me.
Right?
That's fine.
Oh, I'm sorry, PT.
How rude.
I'm sorry. Well, I didn't see your face, Pete. Pete, real quick, hop in there. What do you got, Pete?
Bottom right corner, dude. I'm sitting right here. 28-17. Eagles 28, Jacksonville 17. And as a producer, hurry up.
All right, 28-17. And I'm going to go 24-17. All right, the Eagles win. Across the board. All right, Josh Henning, let's pick out the winner for the Replica A.J. Brown jersey that we're giving away here at yesterday's in Marmora for the Eagles game. We're at the bar.
There we go.
All right, I can't actually understand the last name here, but the winner is Colleen.
Colleen. Is there a Colleen in the house?
Colleen.
Colleen, you here?
In the bathroom? Is there a Colleen? Oh.
That's it. We got a winner.
All right, we got a winner. Colleen. Give her the jersey, Dave.
Give her the jersey.
Look, she has a who's she wearing?
She got Zach Ertz.
Zach Ertz. Now, see that you just upgraded your shirt.
Yeah, it's just upgraded.
Now it isn't an extra large, so that's what we have. But congratulations. There you go. All right.
Very nice.
All right, guys.
Hold on. Can we get Colleen's prediction for the Eagles game?
Yeah, what do you think, Colleen?
Give her the microphone.
Microphone won't reach that, but I have to walk around here. This is the radio show, so the wires only go so far. Sorry.
24-21 Eagles.
24-21 and a close one.
Yes.
All right.
So that
thank
means
you, Colleen.
Colleen's predicting the under and the Jags cover.
Yeah. Congratulations, Colleen.
Congratulations.
That's a great value right there. All right, Dave Klemic. It was great having you on the set and to get your insight too, Mike. I mean, talk to a former professional football player from Mainland High School. You're from the area. So to have you on the show really brings it full circle for us.
Takes it to a whole nother level.
Love having you on, man.
And you know what's great? We get to hear this little bit. 2 hours goes quick,
right?
But we got to hear stuff that we would never hear about what's happening in the locker room, in the huddle, all kinds of things. So thank you.
And not only that, like Dave, he's on the offensive side. We got Brad Quast, who's on the defensive side of the ball.
Both covered.
So we got it both covered. But give me a real quick your key to this game. I mean, obviously, Dave, you picked with the win 24-14. But what are you looking for most from the Eagles?
So when we look at the person controlling the ball is doing very well in the NFL right now, and I think he's going to be able to throw short passes that are completed, like you said, tight ends and A.J. Brown, and then run the ball himself or hand it off. But I think he's going to have to run himself a lot because they're going to still have to sell pass. And then he's going to pull it down and run it, and I think that's where we're going to get our win.
So,
from.
Carlin, that's when you take you like the Jaguars can take one thing away, but they can't take all three things. They can't take it all away. And he's like that's like the X factor, right? I mean, you like traditionally drop back quarterback, pocket passer, maybe not as much escapability as it, and like Dave said, durability.
And that's what I was going to say. Like when Hurts takes off, big difference between how he was running with the ball and how he's running with the ball this year. He knows he can get 9 yards and get hit. He'd rather take the 7 and get out of bounds.
And they're worried about him throwing it over their head right now. So they got their backs turned. And he's not like he's bigger than our running back. Yeah. So when he's more durable, take bigger.
Dave, also talk about this. How about this? Another asset. Go ahead, Josh.
I was going to say really quick. Remember, no Boston Scott today. Trey Sermon is active. Okay. So the big body running back is active for this game.
They got him from Denver. Is that correct?
They got him from the 49ers.
49ers. That's right. Dave, real quick, we talk about a hostile crowd, playing in front of a hostile environment, a loud, boisterous Eagles crowd. Will that play into the equation today? Will that hurt the Jaguars? Will probably have to go on silent count, right?
Especially
and with the rain and everything.
Yeah, especially with the Eagles, because they're going and they know it and they play up to it. That's part of they think they're part of the game, So yeah, I love the stadium for that reason.
All right, you got to come down to yesterday's in Marmora. This is the place to be. This is Eagles headquarters with a lot of great the specials, $3 Miller Lite drafts, $8 Miller Lite pitchers. Come on down. The food's excellent.
Fabulous.
I want to thank Dave Klemic for being here. I want to thank Mike Carlin, as always. Also
30.
Scott Grayson, Fox 20 News sports anchor, checking in every Sunday. And, of course, Brian Hartley, the fantasy football guru.
We got to get PT down here.
PT's got it. You going to come down, Pete? Join us today?
Come on. Yeah. Here we go.
15.
All right. Come on down. We're down here yesterday's for the Eagles game. Also catch the action on 97.3 ESPN. Mike and Merrill with the call. It's the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Thanks for making the Locker Room part of your Sunday, because nothing could be finer than talking sports with the Schweiner.
Go to get your game on at the Gallery Bar Booking Games in Ocean Casino Resort this